They'll probably send him down there.
Would you like some straws to clutch at? I think I have some around. It's looking pretty rough, isn't it, still?
Oh, weird. It's supposed to be a lichen. Or a pudge.
No.
Okay, here, thank you. I need a little bit of assistance here.
Here's the synergistic view, as it were. 40% synergy on NiP, 0 synergy for EVOS. Although plenty of threat.
I'm very curious to see what the cores are for EVOS. Are they going to try and use like an Ogre core in combination with the Lina, and then like just pile a bunch of damage on them in the laning phase? That looks like it must be the plan, and then they secure the Slark with the Undying.
But it's like it's all magic harass against anti-mage anyways. Like,
well, I mean, in lane at least, it's, you know, the magic's still protected there.
Until he gets level 2, then it's like done. It feels weird.
Do you know what? I'm just going to let these two carry on kind of figuring it out, because this one's a tough one. But we'll come back to them after this game instead. Let's head over to your commentary team. Kyle and HolyPixel waiting for you to bring me the final game of the day.
Thank you very much, Radeon. Yes, game 2 now coming up between. And we're seeing, as new, we've got a Slark coming through from the boys on EVOS by the Ancient. Try and make that one work. And also, so far, looking at what the players are taking, it isn't decent. It's going to be a core Ogre Magic.
We're ready to dive on this tower. They have the wards on us.
The last game. NiP, though, they're coming in once more. They're saying, Ace, you did well game 1. We're going to let you do it again game 2. They get that anti-mage into the draft. I was saying, this is a hero that and Slark's not going to have a lot of fun against.
After they saw his Beastmaster. You know what? Traditionally course, and this Ember Slark reminds me of, dare I say, like the C deck, the Wings, TI 5 and 6.
They were pretty good teams.
Yeah, you have this.
Did right with it.
Yeah, you have this support Lina, support Visage type hero, tons of lockdown with an Ember and a Slark to provide the reach. It's not an easy game for them to win, but they're at least in a position now where if they get ahead of the early that advantage into the game, they can really just dominate the map. They didn't have any real reach or ability to find kills in the previous game. Now they have Ember Slark. It's a night and day difference.
Let's have a look, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ourselves into this one. Game 2 of NiP versus EVOS. Match where already saw certainly struggle against the anti-mage. I mean, sort of looking at the draft as a whole, do you feel that they have a better chance of dealing with the anti-mage, or would you say it's actually going to be a little bit harder this game?
I think it's gonna. They have a real stun. They have Ember lean. Until Manta, very easy for them to take out an anti-mage. Ember specifically has got to go off. Very difficult to beat. And it's also a BK for the AM. When he gets those two items, it's near impossible to take those line up and have that hard lockdown.
Talking about BKB games as well, of course, the Enigma as well. Once he gets it, nothing to cancel the black hole this game on EVOS's lineup.
This is one of the reasons I've been super high on Enigma coming to this tournament. Said he'd be the game winner, and so far I feel like I've seen him just win games, because you need to adjust the BKB or it becomes this scary win condition. If you do, you can always just change to more of that fight tempo based.
See now, what sort of lane? So as we say, this core Ogre, he's going to head down bottom with the Lina, look to start to push some early game pressure onto the anti-mage, and so goes straight in. He starts getting some good few hits onto Ace. Blast will come out onto Lightstrike, but this amount of damage done. Another Lightstrike comes out onto PPD. Fire Blast as well. As the bullying certainly begins from Feel and Lightstrike, but Ace also comes back in and actually able to get the kill onto a Veal, so a little unsuccessful with the aggression there, EVOS, as they give up first blood to NiP.
It's a lot unsuccessful. It's pretty devastating. They took way too much damage from creeps in the tower. That's like,
it's a rough start. It's a rough start, especially in this lane where you're taking these two down here to really sort of shut down Ace. Just sort of allowing him to get involved with that first one already. PPD hits level 2, curse, and he starts back. I bet it's already out to ban. Lightstrike, just these constant splinter blasts coming out from PPD. Lina very, very low. This is yes. Just if the lane couldn't get any worse. Ace, it's on to BO2 this. I feel like this dual lane's already over.
Yeah, it is. You need to play this very differently for the Lina Ogre. You want to ensure you don't trade auto attacks with AM. You want to kind of always have a little bit more pressure so that you can just stun lock him, hit him a bit, chill, pull creeps back, burn through his regen faster than your own. If you end up trading this many auto attacks, like, Ogre is out of mana. What's he now? He's a creep. There's no pressure on the AM anymore. Peter gets a free pull. Top lane is Enigma against the Slark. There's nothing you can really do in this lane. 10-6 versus 7-0.
And that was the mid lane. 14 for 4 against 10. So this is the lane. That's FaceHugger getting a good opening. Then he's an Ember. Once he sort of gets the 6 first item, we can potentially see him make the rotations across the map. He's got to hope that he keeps himself ahead in the back. Fight mid. Fada. Be fine. FaceHugger. There's a leap available on Fada if he wants to go for it. Keeps the distance. FaceHugger can't quite close the gap with the Flame Guard, but both the heroes will survive. Leap's going to be back up in a second if Fada wants to risk it, go back in after the Flame Guard finishes if the Ember doesn't start to heal up. But he's got the salve. He's everything. FaceHugger will be fine. So.
It's such a hard Slark game, man. They picked 2 of the hardest counters in the game. It's one of the reasons we don't see this hero very often, let alone when there's 2 cores left for the other side to pick up.
Oh no, not again. Bottom lane, Ace gets another kill onto BO2. Up top, Saxa's got the mango. One more punch on Whitemon would do it, but Saxa, he hesitated. Hesitated with the right click there, and that's actually going to be the Whitemon. He's going to be the one to take the kill out of the trade. Top soon. Gold going with Whitemon to die. Ace is fine. 2-0-1 on this anti-mage at 4 minutes in lane. Dream scenario for Ace. Beal and BO2 trying to do their best to deal with just BPD's Wyvern. FaceHugger, we love that regen. Fada is not going to let him take it. Sleight of Fist as well misses. So Fada's going to get the full benefit out of that regen ring as well.
Blade as well gets the leap into the queue. Continue harassing down FaceHugger, who I believe, also. You're gonna have anti-mage problems again. You're gonna have Enigma problems. You have nothing once again to address these 2 cores.
I mean, we'll see again this replay. Could Sax have got this? I feel like he hesitated on the right click, or was I wrong? Here's one in. He backs away.
Yeah,
if he stayed, he punched him. I think he would have punched him before the Decay was down. You don't think so?
No. He attacks just deceptively slowly.
Yeah, I guess with the backswing, sort of. Well, yeah. Ace down bottom, comes across. Anna's already been Narville, so kill. So the bounty down bottom, but overall, was also able to find 2, actually able to find 3 themselves. So EVOS getting 3 of the 4 bounty runes. 5-minute mark, and that will keep them level overall in net worth. They are only just less than 1k behind, so still keeping themselves pretty even across the map. Just sort of the fact that even is not going to cut it, as we saw last game. They were able to keep themselves on par. It was with an anti-mage draft, and we say this game an anti-mage draft is even more.
3-3 is 250 gold away from a help with the Dominator. It's 5 minutes in. Slark has a hard enough time playing against just Eidolons and a Tiny. You're going to throw in, what creeps he got, a Skeleton? They're going to kill this tower by 10 minutes.
Incredibly aggressive. Sax is there as well. Whitemon will come in. 2 of them. They do have the Avalanche down. The Logic healed up by the Soul Rip. A TP coming in as well from the Lina to make sure the Sax on 33 can't go any deeper. Turn towards Whitemon. Decay, so a lot of strength. Light Strike Array comes out onto the 2 of them. EVOS forcing back both Saxa and 33. Saxa turns with the toss. Bounces there from the Logic, jumping in. Light Strike Array is not going to connect onto Saxa. Doesn't matter though. Dragon Slave finishes off the kill. They get Saxa.
Never mind, that's not a core Tiny. Look at how many resources they had to expend to teleport. All the mana on Legion almost. And that was only possible thanks to a miracle pounce, my logic as well. Bottom lane just an out of mana Ogre suffering.
This core couldn't do this sort of situation.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Too worried about dying.
Radiant's top tower is
Man
under
aboard
attack.
stairs. He's got a decent amount of
Dire
Wow.
structures are fortified.
in terms of actually slowing down Ace and causing any issues for the
Dire's
anti-mage. So that's a bit of a different story as a struggle in that case. Mid lane CS continues to be pretty even between Fada and Facehugger. Slight lead for Fada in turn. Nice. Sort of extra level, but Facehugger is any sort of
Dire's bottom tower
Fada's
is
aggression.
under attack.
This feels like you're already in a tough spot. You need this Ember to just take over the
He's
game.
got to do something.
He just desperately needs a rune, but he just hasn't been able to find one. They're doing a really good job. NiP, not always top runes.
This could be a good break for them as Ace blinks into this. Tries to use his TP to get out of it. Is not going to escape. Manavoy is not there in time, so hey, that's great. The anti-mage, and he already used a TP, so he's going to have to make the walk back to lane. That's a good bit of time where they don't have to worry about that anti-mage farming.
But then you look up top, and this is a big issue for EVOS because once this tower dies, there's no real way to play against the Enigma, much like last game where the AM had a free game. Nothing can stand to an Enigma, especially if he hits level 6, and he's just going to live in this top area of the map, farm 3 of the Dire jungle camps, and constantly pressure. Where's Slark supposed to go?
Yeah, where does Slark go? I was just about to ask you that.
Home?
Where does he go?
Mid lane?
Dire's top tower
I mean, he's
is
just, this is a miserable Slark game.
Still not hit that level 6. And farm this lane against a level 8 Rana.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Bottom tower.
attack.
Just trying to at least get that Shadow Dance online so he's got some sort of safety to rely on. Bottom lane, they're looking to collapse again. Good movement and control as they go onto Ace, chains, light strikes down, and with the multicast Fire Blast, they'll get themselves the kill. So they are doing a good job of dealing with Ace, but as you say, this game there are certainly a lot of other issues that are going to arise. Can't keep control of those as well.
Fortified.
He's left, expected him to right. Oh, but they died.
Fire Blast. Facehugger, come in. So, we talked about the importance of Ember getting stuff done, and we are starting to see the potential of Facehugger making these early moves. Top lane, just got to be careful. Does pounce away from the avalanche.
Enigma ult too, so if he does die, it's very, very.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Saxon catches him out with an avalanche across the trees. He's trying to be dead, or maybe what's Raven needed. 33 doesn't want to commit with the black hole though. But worried that maybe there's a means to cancel it. Moment of logic, he is zone up top.
I feel like this ward they've got bottom as well. It sees the shrine, or well, underneath them rather. It just gives them so much control. Enigma Tiny can just play here indefinitely, shut down the Slark. Even though AM has died twice, still even.
Smoke. 3 would be a lovely his top CS, top net worth I would imagine as well on this Enigma. Come hunting, it's this 10-minute fight around NiP as well. Ready to strike onto Whitemon as Whitemon has been found by the rune. Does manage to actually take the bounty rune away from enemy. It's like, 10 time up top, they do get the catch onto 33, but Virtue here maybe thinking this before he blocks.
That's a big kill because
They get that Enigma.
the Enigma's the real win condition for NiP. Because when he hits BKB, that's the timing you really get afraid. The Anti-Mage you can deal with. You at least have some answers, but I'm very concerned with how they actually deal with Enigma. They need to keep making plays like that happen. Ember is top net worth. I need him to stay there for the rest of the game. I hope desperately he's not going for this bots build that we've seen
He's
so
got the
popular.
treads. There you go.
There we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got to go the Ana style. Treads, Maelstrom,
Yep.
maybe a Blink, play active, and be the strongest hero on map from now until victory. That's the way that EVOS takes the game. NiP, you just got to chill, keep playing 3 lanes, and try not to have any mishaps.
Yeah, he's going to
Keep your cores
at the
low.
moment, he's got Treads, Maelstrom, and the Lincolns queued. I mean, do you like? So, obviously, we'll see if he does actually. But is Lincoln's that good this game?
Lincoln's is fine if he's really ahead. I don't like it as, and I don't expect him to keep it as Lincoln's unless he does have that critical
sure.
advantage. You need
Yeah.
like a 3K network.
That's crazy.
It's a comfort item. Well, they got the ward on top shrine as well. That's big. Makes it a lot more difficult to play aggressively in this top lane. Level 6, and again, they always have answers to the AM. And another thing about this ogre in the bottom lane, he is strong enough to force Ace to just get out of this lane. Even though they might not have played the bottom lane optimally, it's nice that they can at least apply pressure and ensure Ace doesn't have another pick. Just goes on time.
One leading in. Find time for the rest of the team to come through. Did a lot of damage from these Eidolons. There as well, 33 tilt. One's on
Dire's
me on
middle
it.
tower is under attack.
To Hunt, 33 goes straight for TP out. Obviously nothing.
Dire's middle tower
Themselves
has
out of that
risen.
top lane.
Bottom. If he's in, invis. They know it though. Lina was there to scout out. They also have a nice ward that saw the shrine. Good vision placed thus far by EVOS.
Still hanging around though, EVOS. As you see, they know that Vada is down. Jump forward, arrow down as well as Flytube. He's just going to get bursted by the two of them. They knew that was there. Maybe not expecting the Mirana to consistently stick around and look for the kill, but it cost them the life of Flytube.
Top slug now at least getting first here. They need Ember to be involved. That's the key. I'd like to see Lina play the mid wave, if anything, and have Ember looking to connect. Because you can see Nick on top.
There they go. They're getting a Gamoi cast. They've got a good shot at finding this Remnant in. Not enough damage, or is it with the Ignite? Oh, it's got him! The Ignite just enough to find that kill.
I can't believe they hit that.
I thought that it must have been a few HP in it, that Ignite just being enough to take down the anti-mage. Not every day you sort of see anti-mage die to a magical dot like that. He did.
I'm surprised at the skill build. He put 3 points in mana break on Ace. I would have really expected there to be at least another just comfort point in spell shield.
Would have saved him in that situation.
It would have saved. I mean, the
would've.
entire damage output of EVOS right now is magical.
Oh yeah, sure.
Top 3-3 in some trouble, but just pushing his limits. Pressures the tower, does some damage. He's going to escape unscathed. That's 4 heroes pursue. This is the thing though, this is nice with this Ogre here. He just gets to play this bottom lane. You don't really ever want to gank him because it's a real pain, and he went Midas.
Oh! I was going to say, his attack speed did look pretty crazy there as he punched him for the creeps. His top lane, Tombstone's going to be dropped down, jump forward from a logic. They'll find 33. EVOS, 40 minutes in. They're doing I thought it would be a lot tougher for them this game against the anti-mage, but so far it's looking like a big step up from game one.
I mean, they have answers.
They've got a slug at the top of net worth.
They don't have a worthless Beastmaster this game. I don't care if Ogre's done nothing but chill in this bottom lane. He has Midas, he just got his 90 GPM talent, and he's on Radiance.
I want to do the maths here. How much damage is a tick of Ignite doing? 30? 14? 14? Oh, that must have been literally just enough. Yeah. He was on 14 HP, and I think it was taking away 14 or 15 each time. He was literally 1 HP, just enough to kill him.
Calculated.
Ooh, that was close.
I'm actually leaning EVOS at this point if they can keep up the aggression.
There's 3 cores at the top of the net worth. One of them is a Slark. It's 2018. If you've got a Slark at the top net worth, you're in a great place. He's nearly got the money for a Shadow Blade. Yeah. This is just, it really is such a step up from what we saw in game one already from EVOS.
I was leaning in it because, you know, looking at the draft, they don't have a real ability to make plays, but I thought they were so strong they could just sit in lanes, but they've died so much and Ogre's so farmed. All 3 cores are...
You see there, a bit of a poke and a prod from NiP in an attempt to start something, but they end up having to back off. Don't want to try and fight for this. Of course, as this all goes on, 33 continues to get step-based down bottom. He's going straight for the BKB after the helm, as we talked about. Once he has that, they have to be super careful in the fights. EVOS, as you know, we've got 3 melee cores going in, 4 if you count the Ember, but a lot of the time he's going to be sitting on the sidelines, but definitely potential for 33 to find big black holes with their helm and the BKB.
And the de-warding as well in the Dire jungle has been so important. That's what's kicked Enigma down for this bottom lane.
There we go. That's what they think of the Margus Ogre. They jump through, get the kill. Arrow won't connect onto Flytube, but they know he's there. Goes for the TP out, and he'll make it. Nothing to cancel it in time. Flytube's out. Bottom lane 33's got his eyes on this. He's looking for the walk-in. It's about the black hole. Won't quite drop it. His Logic's able to pounce away. In fact, the Logic now are looking to go back in. The black hole is still there, though.
TP on cooldown for a few more seconds.
See what 33's reaction is going to be in this. He drops the Midnight Pulse. Drops the black hole. The Soul Rift's there. Logic's still alive for now. There's the backup from Face Ogre and Whitemon as they keep their slug safe and alive, and they get the kill onto 33. And that's the black hole now gone.
It is, but at the same time, 33 is fine with that. That forces the rotation. Look top. They're going to keep pushing this tier 2, but Ogre shows up, level 3 Bloodlust, and this is what's so annoying about this Dota mechanic. You just do a little bit of damage to creep waves from within 800 units, and all of a sudden, The creeps.
And look at this, it's the Midas into the Radiance.
Oh, yeah. It's the secret to offlaning. I mean, this got Sumail, like, you know, this was his offlane strategy for 6 months, right?
Yeah. Just a multitude of heroes. You just, if you can get away with this,
you can get
why
away
not?
with it. You can get away with it every game. Let's be realistic. If you can buy 4 Battle Furies, Owen, you can buy Midas Radiance.
That's true. Midas Radiance. Ace, how are we doing on the battlefield? It's certainly not going to be the same sort of timing that we saw in Game 1. Game 1, he got it at 15 minutes and 55 seconds. This time around, it's already a couple of minutes, at least going to be later.
And not just that, it's not a game where it's not a free game. Like,
They can hunt him, they can find
can't
him.
see it, but he's taking that one less wave, that one less creep camp, because he's susceptible to dying now to any 2 stuns.
They don't get the chains connection. Unfortunate there with the RNG in control. Now the arrow comes in, Facehuggers in trouble. The burst, they've got a Soul Rip with the helm of the Dominator creep with the Sentinels there to stun. Flychu tries for the TP out, won't make it. Mana Voice there from Ace to cancel it. As Flychu, he'll fall as well. NiP able to punish EVOS for coming around and looking for a kill onto 33.
I don't know if you make that play without Slark. You want to make these... It's tough to play this style, but you want Slark being the one that's actually finding the
Sees
skills.
Mirana leaving. He knows 33 doesn't have a black hole. Doesn't have the damage though. He's now come through. Logic's got to get himself out. Should be able to do so in terms of catch from a long range. It's pretty cursed. That's it. So the Logic is out. Back to safety. Look at this again.
This is fine. This is...
If they got the change there, they would have got the kill. They had the Laguna. They had the burst.
But that's just not a play you want to make.
Sure.
If Slark's connecting now instead of 10 seconds from now, he's preventing that Mirana leap in. He's forcing this fight on favorable terms, but at the same time, Ogre's top with Might is going Radiance.
How's
is
he
this
doing
really
on the
where you want to
Radiance?
play? He's getting there.
He's 3,300 towards the relic. Avil.
Is this really the play though? This is
What?
something you see in like North American Dota, queuing at 7 a.m. US West. I'm not sure.
I thought you
this
liked
is
the Midas
real.
Radiant.
I
So,
like it.
I mean,
Look,
you like
Owen,
it, but you don't think it's...
I like everything that works.
Sure. Yeah.
If it works, I loved it the whole time. If the game goes like I think it's gonna go, I don't know.
'Cause, I mean, with the Midas Radiance, where do you go from there on an Ogre Magic?
I have no idea. What do you expect me to know? I'm not that much of an expert on.
He's gonna...
What's your guess? You probably have more expertise in this area than I do, realistically.
And surely you just want to get a BKB after it. I don't know, all the Aghanims if you want to be truly booked for it. I mean, you got to get an Ags at some point, sure. I don't know what he's going to go for, though. Maybe Blink?
Midas Radiance Blink.
I'd do it. That would be my build. I'd be like, I've got a Radiance. Now I need to farm faster so you get the Blink, move around the camps. Why not? Very interested to see what our boy Bill
I'm disappointed though.
Yeah.
Midas
Under attack.
off cooldown, not being used.
Here we go. The smoke. Oh, no, the Phantom Heal. He gets his relic though. He's all good. He doesn't mind dying. He's picked up the relic. He spent his gold. He's happy to die.
No dust.
They've got the sentry down here around though. So they have got the controller Sax. Can he get himself out of range of the sentry? There's another one down. But he's still walking and keeping the distance, and they don't have any further detection indeed. So Saxa will be fine. He doesn't have a TP action, but he has spent his money. Saxa's picked up the Blink Dagger. That's all done. So he might have a bit of trouble getting back home.
Kill the courier here.
Oh, he actually might. He's going to. And that was what I believe that was the completing components of the Echo Saber for the Slark.
No, he's gonna run into. Oh, what a player! This is the new Dota right here.
He might die to the Ember though, and he does.
I mean, he was gonna die.
Yeah, but he
one way or
wanted to
another.
at least die to the tower. You know, that's nice for Facehuggers. That's his 499 gold.
It's funny, Bushido now.
That gave him the money for his Blink.
Yeah.
Slark, what's he got? So Echo Saber, he had it complete, but it was Courier, so he's going to have to wait a bit of time for that. Take the attack. Did you like that, Slark? You know, take the attack speed over the lifesteal. I always feel tempted for the lifesteal. 20% lifesteal's a lot.
Dude,
man.
attack speed is what the Slark's bread and butter. That means more
Yes,
agi
yeah.
stacks, more damage.
Yeah.
Lifesteal in a game where you can't actually man up. You're playing against Enigma AM. You need to deal damage stats.
Oh, well, you know, 33, he could have maybe just gone for the straight black hole because he had it, but he was worried that there'd be more behind him because he didn't expect Logic to sort of go for those aggressive plays on his own. Now towards the mid lane. In fact, Facehacker, he's found PBD elsewhere on the map. They got the fire blast down, multicast there onto the Tiny. Ace turns towards the Logic. He's got the Shadow Dodge. He's not getting away. The black hole for what? Didn't need it, but he popped the BKB, so he said, well, I might as well use it.
Hey, got to.
I mean, I'm going to look like a fool if I BKB and don't black hole. Doesn't matter if he's dead. I'm going to do it anyway.
They removed offensive tipping. Oh, and you got to adapt.
The BM black hole, I like it. Get that slot. Lark's gone. Losing a couple of heroes written 12-10. It's very close. Very close indeed. But as we can see, Ace has taken the top spot in net worth and will continue to rise higher and higher with this anti-mage and Manta style very close to being complete. 1k away.
Oh, winner's curse. Oh no, cooldown. That's so
if that was there, yeah. It looks like PPD did use that in an attempt to save himself earlier, but he was going to outplay Chu. Gets hit up by the Soul Rip, won't save him again. Combo missing. Oh no, he saved it. Sorry, it just went for the slide. Goes for the easy setup, goes for the Remnant to close the gap. Keeps the chains without
Radiant's online. Here it comes. Oh nope, Courier's dead. Just kidding.
But when that Courier's alive, they're going to get a nice pass by. Echo Saber's out then. Radiance is going to be out.
Game changer.
Regeneration.
Very close to the top. He might go Radiant. I think he's gonna go Radiant's Agonist, right? He's gonna because he wants to get the axe as a core ogre, sure.
I have no idea. Absolutely none. I think you just all in. Once you get the Radiance, he's gonna TP back for it. I'm really curious to see what queues up. Do you go Aether Lens? Do you just?
No, you're definitely not Aether Lens. You either go Ags,
just BKB, man.
Yeah, I told Blink. I told you.
There you go.
I told you, bro. I'll get the Blink after the Radiance so you can jump around and farm even quicker. Is that me? Avil, the legend. He knows the build.
Oh, top lane. AM.
Oh, they're not going to kill him. He's got too much magic resistance. He's out of there with a quick blink. And with the Manta Star, very hard to catch. Of course, Ace going for the same build as the last game, going for that. Just this Ogre. Oh, look at the arrow. Logic gone. So we're also hunting. Facehugger's coming. This side.
He did go for the blink. I like that. But see, that's where he's got to be the one trying to find these kills on Ember. It's getting difficult now. The Manta means Ember's no longer a real threat, long as Ace is very disciplined and ensures he keeps that fuse defense.
This is all part they're playing around the Ogre.
I don't know.
Gets the
that might be the first time that's ever been uttered on a professional Dota 2 cast, Owen. I don't think that's how it works.
What?
3,300.
I swear. It's the first match. I swear we've seen Ogre. Hasn't Ogre really never got a Radiance?
Owen,
is it that crazy? I mean, I've done it multiple times. I mean, these pros need to catch up with what's hot, quite literally. This is the build. You know, Midas, Radiance, and then the Blink. I mean, this is the game winner. This is the game winner for EVOS. I
can just imagine.
You're a better anti-mage. Look at this anti-mage. He's like, he's not got much HP. You got this big beefy Ogre jumping in. He's so badass that he's on fire. Oh no. Oh, he's going to be fine though. They don't have the damage to kill off with Logic. In fact, the Logic, Shadow Dance will be okay. Doesn't have any detection to fight back at 33 up top. Zaxa gets nuked down by the Laguna Blade. BKB's been popped by Fighter, but he's on the retreat. Ace does manage to jump in, finish off the kill onto a Logic. Back towards mid. Facehugger. Setups there. Chains controlling the Marauder. He's already used the BKB, so he'll fall. They've got the burst. They'll take a 2-for-1 across the map. EVOS.
I just can't believe Ogre's second network. That's
the Radiance minus Ogre for you. He's going to farm.
I don't know, man. I think if I'm his teammates, I'm going to be real upset after this game. Ember has played a hell of a game once again.
Why? He's going to win you the game.
How? What does Radiance even do? Enigma has a BKB. AM is Anti-Mage. Like, what? It's not a PL. If there was a PL, then sure, I'm with you.
The mischance. AM's not going to buy a MKB. And you can't underrate that mischance. What's he got? He's probably got some sick talents that benefit having a Radiance. No, he doesn't. Okay.
90 damage.
90 damage. He's going to... Wait, you take the 40... What does he get after the Blink? Come on, what would I get? Got to get in the mind of myself. Midas, Radiance, Blink. I mean, I would get Octarine. But then I feel like you got to get Ags first. You would definitely get Ags. You get Ags, Octarine. Oh no, he's the wrong build. He's going Greaves.
Guys, I'm sorry.
That's definitely the wrong build.
No, I like this because you get to the point where you're so farmed, you've taken so much of the map, your team is pissed at you, and you're like, all right, guys,
now I'll
buy you a Greaves.
I mean, that's true. It boosts the morale.
It's good here, too.
You know, if my teammates see me go Midas, Radiance, Blink, and then, as you say, you're getting a Greaves, suddenly
You can't be mad about that.
the flame starts to sort of let off. They're like, it's all right, boys, he's buying Greaves.
It synergizes with the draft. They've got a lot of sustain. If you can keep your Ember Slark alive, they should be able to carry a match for you.
And
He
it's,
turned the Radiance off. He's being sneaky.
and of course,
Now he's out of mana.
with the Greaves, it's really good with the Radiance. Because you burn them and you heal your team. You know, it's next level. A little bit of time. Level 17. NiP looking towards Roshan. Arrow comes in, ready with the setup. EVOS going to be able to do anything about this. There is no black hole, but EVOS are all elsewhere on the map.
This is the strength of Anti-Mage, where he burns the mana off the Ogre, and all of a sudden you have this window where you know that Ogre can't get involved, and if you force the Roche right now, it's free.
What's changed? Let's go for BKB. So screw the team. They're already annoyed at me. Nothing's going to solve this situation. I'm building for myself. Get that BKB online. Himself into the fight and not have to worry about his mana being taken away.
Yep. This is the NiP timing. They have Aegis, BKB Blink Enigma, BKB on Mirana, the Wyvern with the Blink, AM about to finish Ags with the Aegis. Like, you can't actually deal with these cores anymore, so if you don't burst them 100 to 0, and that's so hard when you don't have any pure lockdown. Their initiation is a blinking Ogre.
Oh! Multicast gets the triple. There's going to be Ace getting the heals from the Wyvern as Cold Embrace comes down. Illogic being focused. He's out of mana. There's no escape for the Slug. The Slug's gone. The chains do connect onto the Anti-Mage. Emil coming back in with a Fire Blast onto PPD. The Curse holds him in place. BKB's come out from both Fada and 33. They are going to now retreat under cover of the Moonlight Shadow. The chains. They've got the connection. 33 looks to terminal. The Gouda Blaze there. Bursts him down. A Fire Blast from Emil catches out PPD as well as EVOS strike back hard. They may have lost their Slug. They get 2 kills and they force back the aggression of NiP. Despite them being the ones that got the Roshan for the ages. He had to back up.
Good trade, though. I mean, not ideal, but they save the Enigma Black Hole cooldown so that they won't... you don't want to use that when you have Aegis, because it forces you to wait, play defensively when you want to be trying to get on map as much as you possibly can. They're chasing the Ogre now. I don't believe they'll find him. He turns the Radiance off. Whoa. Midas cooldown used, buffs his Lina.
I mean, I don't know if he wants to commit. I'm
I
kind
love
of
this.
hoping he changes
Ooh.
the build.
Here's the thing, the game changer, Lina went for the Light Strike Array damage and the cast range, and he's going Ags now.
Oh, you had to
if you
against the
can
AM.
get the stun off on the Anti-Mage
That's
or the
so
Enigma,
much damage.
1500 HP on Enigma, 1490 on the AM, and that's going to be so much pure damage when he's max level. 850 from miles away. Oh, top. Oh, Slark!
Oh, Logic gets the Shadow Dance off. Can he get the distance though to keep himself safe? We'll see if Ace wants to jump in. Won't do so. So Logic will be allowed to back off Facehugger. Coming in from the side, but a quick link out there from Ace.
This Ags on Anti-Mage build though, it's just so annoying.
It's really...
I'm surprised we haven't seen it
I was
more.
gonna say, I think it's
12-second
really good.
cooldown.
Yeah. It's really, really strong.
It's a super Linken's. It doesn't just block it, it reflects it back. Let's see your mind. I know what you're queuing up as next.
I pick Anti-Mage recently. It's a good fun hero. Not a fun hero again. No, not the Ogre.
Anyone but him.
69 seconds, and the worst part as well, that cooldown for 50 seconds of that death. Efficiency will be lost. Continuing to increase jumps forward for Facer.
Love the discipline too. Saves the Manta. You know, he's not feeling pressure. He'd see the Lina. He was close by.
Does still go for the Lincolns this game. Oliver, mid-lane.
An unfortunate creep wave, but that would have been a sure arrow landed to kill.
He's going to be... Unless they want a black hole for this. Doesn't quite see him, doesn't want to risk it.
No need. They blow the cooldown. Slark can't really commit to a fight anymore. He has no BKB. 20 gold.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Basically back to Tiger, and there is that Aghanim's complete. You say they do have the damage if they can focus down Ace or 33 to straight up, but might still got ages to worry about for it's about a minute more that Ace has got that.
such a good play, though. They get the tier 2 top and mid. Now they're going to be backdooring the bottom. They don't have enough time on Aegis to really threaten the high ground, and it's just a risky engagement because of all the cheap spells that EVOS can throw out. Like, you're going to go high ground, but there's a slight chains, there's an Ogre stun, there's a Lina stun from miles away, and all of a sudden, you're just in trouble.
58% cooldown efficiency has paid off. He's picked 2.4k compared to whatever it costs. So he's positive. Up towards EVOS's jungle.
It is the same as the previous game, where if they can get to the super late game, EVOS should be able to take this, but the X Factor is always the 3-3 Enigma.
There's the jump onto the Undying. It's an Undying gone for a potential team fight, so EVOS have to be careful and not look to try and find anything for 40 seconds. As NiP know that they're going to start pushing straight down mid lane with that Undying gone. Ace, good duration still of the double damage. Pushes on, he's got that shield coming farther as well. Jimmy has been finished on the Ogre. Ace, away that tier from the tower. Not that much.
Clinical game. Really well done by NiP. They use that Aegis to pretty much peak efficiency. They get 4 towers, one of them being a tier 3, now a 5th, and then they can go for shrines whenever they decide.
Towers, more and more objectives, more and more money for Ace and the gang.
It's just so difficult. You need to kill the Enigma, but you also need to find the Wyvern where he's going to peel. The AM is a threat to kill anyone on your team, and the Mirana of Fata.
He's doing a lot of damage.
He's older BKB. I mean, that is not a joke.
Boss wanting to jump out, but they're using a logic to show in that middle lane. Hoping that NiP go for some sort of half-hearted attempt onto him, but in case NiP keeping themselves safe, Ace continues to farm. And does have the money for the full Abyssal Blade. Going on it. Secret shop here, they may have got it. The light shadow's going to be used, they've got the jump, but Ace is already out. Links away. Inz is only going to be onto an illusion. Now EVOS have to be very careful because NiP, they want to fight. 33 is heading forward. The stun onto Avil. Avil gets the chance. The BKB 33 goes for his own BKB, but there's the Laguna Blade. Comes through. Cold Embrace keeps 33 safe. Ace bursts down 2 with the Mana Void. Finds Avil as well. The Winter's Curse holds down another, allowing Ace to jump in, drain the mana with a Mana Drain, get Illogic. Facehugger jumped in. He was able to find the kill onto 33, but his own life surely is going to be cost as the NiP get the team wipe. Triple kill for Ace, as EVOS just couldn't get out quick enough as a failed attempt to move in for the kill. Ends up in them losing the entire lineup. Only Ember Spirit with a buyback available. The rest are going to have to sit at the sidelines whilst NiP moves straight to the mid lane and look to take these racks away.
That is the team fight of NiP right there in a nutshell. If you don't find a pick off immediately, you will be wiped. And even though the Enigma ult was relatively worthless, Ace has no answer. And the Mana Void actually hit the Slark for 1500 damage as he tried to walk past his friendly Lina. And that's 2 racks.
Just to be it, unless do anything with just the 3 of them up in a second. Ace just pushing too fast to deal with. Melee rack's gone on the top lane. EVOS unable to hold on to the base there. 13k lead, but NiP well and truly back. Similar position to game 1 for this unbeatable anti-mage. See them the stats just where the anti-mage. They're 10k gold farmed up from the lane creeps. Nothing on EVOS's lineup close to pairing with that. Smoke up. Need a big play. And they're going to try the best of time, but Ace has already jumped in. He's got the control onto Avil. The Ogre's burst down. Avil just had the buyback. He's going to have to use it. Tombstone's dropped down. But Fada's in with the BKB on top of the Undying. They'll pick up a mega kill streak from him. They do lose the Tiny on the side. BKB's out. Winter's Curse is going to be down as now NiP are starting to retreat. Avil, can he find the stun or the opening onto Ace? Can't. Ace is able to blink out from the tree line. Blightju tries to find a Light Strike array, but Ace just a little too speedy. Brought back both Avil and Whitemon. That fight, getting the Tiny, rest of NiP going out unscathed. Nice. Level 25 now. Closer and closer to have money for his butterfly on top of this Abyssal Blade. Quite invincible. Box's lineup. At this stage of the game, Etherland's now picked up PBD, so the Winter's Curse is going to be even easier for him to find from a mile off.
But Nabil, minus Radiant's GPM talent, eventually he'll get that cheap stick, only 5,000 gold away.
Extra 40 strength. He is a tiny boy. Shoot. Jumps on Nabil, comes in, but there's the black hole for 33. Holds the two of them down. Manaboy comes down onto Nabil. BKB's been popped by a Logic, but they've got the physical to fight through it. Has 3 dead on EVOS. They couldn't quite kill off PPD either as well, as he has the Cold Embrace to keep himself safe. Butterfly is done on the anti-mage. The Abyssal Blade dropped down onto an Undying. Whitemud trying to TP back to safety, but will not get himself away. They will buy back on Vlychu. They do have a buyback available on Logic, but it would just be the 3 of them looking to hold against the 5-man push of NiP. They come down the middle lane, look to threaten the game, as they'll go straight towards the tier 4s. They know that they've got the push, they know that this anti-mage has sort of hit critical mass. EVOS don't have any answers to him now at this stage, as 1 tier 4 is taken. The second tier 4 being beat down by NiP, jump forward and out by Facehugger, trying to keep them off, and indeed GG well played will be called. EVOS tap out as NiP do secure themselves the 2-0 in this series against EVOS.
How much to say about that one? I don't know if we've ever seen anything like that in the history of Dota.
Oh, I mean, so the first time we saw the Radiance Ogre